Welcome back. And in this part, actually, we learn about lists in Python. What does that list? I think the term itself is explanatory, right? Yeah, it's a list of something. It's a list of something. What this something could be a list of some data type. Okay, what does that mean? How do we write a list actually? So to write a list actually, okay, let me say a variable list or maybe just an empty list. So this is how you create an empty list. Yeah, this is an empty list. If I want to print this empty list, and let's see what we get. Well, it's of course an empty. Of course, how many items you have in the empty list? Of course, it's 0. I should get 0. And then we say that it's a list. How do we also check if that's a list, empty list? I'm using the type built-in function to check this. Okay, as you can see, it's a list type. Can we also create list in different way? We can use also the list built-in function to create an empty list. And let's see, as you can see, yeah, empty list, 0, and the types list. But I would recommend, and the best practice, we use this 2 square bracket to create an empty list. Great. Now let's learn also how to create maybe some list of numbers. Nums 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, this is a list of numbers. And then we can actually access all these numbers by looping. I can say for num in nums, and then I can print this number num. So one by one, as you can see. Yeah, I managed to print them one by one. After that, I can multiply them, for instance, by 100. So if I ask you to multiply all these numbers by 100, and then you will get something like that. Of course, maybe I can say the num also this. As you can see, 1 by 100, 100, 2 by 100, 200, 3 by 100, 300, 4 by 100, 400, 5 by 100, 500. Yeah, that is actually list. And list we had last time about, as you can see, the countries list or names, name of, I think we wrote somewhere at the top, my students. I will take this here again. As you can see, I have list of students. Yeah, but can a list could be also mixed data type? Let's create some random list. Can we have, for instance, my name? And can I have my age, 150? Can I have my skills as, yeah, why not? Maybe, am I married? Yes. Okay, as in a Boolean value. Can I have another list inside? Maybe I have HTML skill and like maybe JavaScript and maybe Python. Oh, can I have some of siblings, like as in a tuple or something, or a dictionary? So the point is here, you can put any kind of data types inside a list. It's a kind of special kind of data structure that allows you to store anything you want. Okay, great. Now let's manipulate the list. What does that mean, manipulating the list? Maybe first let's create a shopping list. Shopping list. Oh yeah, in your shopping list, maybe you may have a milk, right? Yeah, and maybe you may have some potatoes. I love potatoes, yeah, and maybe you may have some coffee, and maybe you may have some tea, and you may have some sugar, and yeah, something like that. So how about if I want to modify this or access the first? So it has an index. This actually an ordered list. Ordered means milk is at the first, potatoes the second, coffee the third, tea the fourth, and this the fifth. So this order is actually like this all the time. So ordered list, we call it ordered list. List is an order, an ordered and indexed. So it has index also. For instance, this at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now let me just print shopping list. If I want to access milk, so I have to access it by the index, and then this should give me just the milk. Yeah, milk. And then if I want to access the second, then I have to say 1. And then potatoes. And then print shopping list. The second, yeah, something like that. Print shopping list. The third. It goes all the way. Print shopping list. The fourth. And we should get sugar, I think. Oh, yeah. Now, how do we get the length of this? Length. Length is equal to lane of shopping list. And let's see what's the length. Do you see the length of this? Of course, the items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are 5, right? Yes, that's great. Do you see some relationship between the last index and the length? Can someone tell me? There's some relationship between the length and the last index.
+1.
Yes, +1 or -1. Yes. So we can create the last index. Last index is equal to length -1. So by doing so, print shopping list last index. So this allows me again to access the sugar. Why? Because sometimes if we use the last index, if the list changes, also dynamically we can get the last item. So this is really good. So the reason why the last index is actually length -1, because indexing starts from 0, or we count starting from 0. Okay, 0 can be also counted as 1. Great. And now this is a positive indexing that starts from 0 all the way to the end. And we can actually slicing, print shopping list. For instance, if I want to slice everything, I can just start something like this. This means just slice everything. So it's just copy. But if I, and of course, if you want also this, wait, this is also the same. Starting from 0, everything. You can say starting from 0 and everything. Yeah, that's the same. And how about if I want to slice coffee, tea, and sugar, maybe coffee and tea only. So 0, 1, 2. So I have to start from 2. So the starting. And I should end at here, but it's not inclusive. So 2, 3, 4. This allows me to slice out the coffee and the tea. Oh yeah, coffee and tea separated or sliced out. Do you see that? Great. And if you want to store them, a beverage or something, I don't know, beverage. Oh, beverages. And then you can do that. And let's print out the beverage. I don't know. Yeah. Coffee and tea. Great. And now maybe if I want to this one, or maybe just the potatoes itself. Potatoes, it's okay, but potatoes, coffee, and tea, I think you may use the same technique. But how about if I want to slice out tea and sugar and the rest? Now, what I should do print shopping list, and then I just want to target the T 0, 1, 2, 3, and then the rest, you just leave empty this one without any value, the end, and then it slices out up to the end. Or if you want to add, actually you should count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Even though there's no exist index 5, then you just add that, you just get the same value. I think I may give you, or without any end index, just give you the same value. So this is how we slice out. That's great. And now I will also show you negative indexing. The negative indexing starts from -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. By the way, you can just use this one, the positive indexing, and don't worry about negative indexing, but I can also show you it's possible also to do the same thing with the negative indexing. And the negative indexing starts from this, the other side, and it starts with -1, -2. Yeah. So let's see. Then if that's the case, if I say shopping list, and then if I say -1, I think you may expect sugar, right? Let's see. Oh, yeah. And then if I say print shopping list, and then if I say -2, you may expect tea. Yeah, that's true. And then print shopping list, and then -3, and then it's coffee. So this one would be -5, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Yeah, let's see. Print shopping list, and then -5, I will get the first value. Yeah, as you can see, milk. That's great. Can we slice also with negative indexing? Of course, yes. Let's slice, for instance, print shopping list. Let's slice out the coffee and the tea again with negative indexing. -1, -2, -3. So we should start from -3. -3, and then -3, -2, -1. So up to -1. It's not inclusive here. So I should get actually coffee and tea. Yeah. And if I want to slice out from potato to the rest, for instance, I can say print shopping list. The potato, I should know where the potato is. Actually, -1, -2, -3, -4. So I should -4, and then just without any end, without any ending, and then this should slice out everything starting from potatoes. Yeah, that's actually accessing values from list. Okay, now let's move on to modifying. How about if we add some meat before shopping list? You know, shopping list dot append. We use the append method to add some item, meat. And now if I print the shopping list, it has actually, a meat after sugar. Have you seen that? So append means adding something at the end. That's great. Then maybe I think I'm not in favor of sugar, and I want to modify maybe the sugar with something else. So what I would like to do, shopping list, then I should target that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's at the 4th index. And then I would like to add actually honey. And now print more of the shopping list, and then I will have, milk, potatoes, coffee, tea, honey, and meat. The sugar has been modified, as you can see. And maybe if you don't like the milk and maybe some cheese or some either product, we can say shopping list, the first item 0, and then maybe cheese is more proteinous. If it doesn't have some added fat, let's go for cheese instead of that. Okay. Anyway, just we're experimenting, okay? Don't see more of the scientific part. Cheese. Yeah, instead of milk, now we're having cheese. Okay, great. So we can modify it like that. How about if we insert something in between? How about if I want to insert between potatoes and coffee some tomatoes, right? Yeah, it rhymes. Potatoes, tomatoes. Okay, that's really good. So the plan is actually to insert some item in here. Okay, so we have actually shopping list dot insert, and we should target the index. So what would be the index there? 0, 1, 2. If we put it here, it's going to be 2. 2, and then the item, tomatoes. And then now let's see our print tomatoes. No, shopping list, sorry. Okay. As you can see, I have the tomatoes here. Good. Yeah, but if I want to remove some item, yeah? What? For instance, tea and coffee together. Maybe we don't need. Maybe we can stick in one of the item, either coffee or tea, yeah? So how about if we want to remove one of the item? It's maybe I can show you. Do you see now you have meat at the end? You can use shopping list. If you just use pop, it will remove one item from the end. Print shopping list, and then now actually I am removing the meat from the end, and let's see. Yeah, we used to have meat, but because of pop, it just popped off the last item, and now the last item is honey, as you can see. But maybe instead of the last item, how about if we remove one item? Do you want me to remove coffee or tea? I think nowadays people just drink more coffee than tea, and the tea just seems there as some additional. So, and let's just remove that. Instead, if I give it the index, I can say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I pass actually 4, that means I'm targeting the T to be popped off. Okay, and let's see. Now, as you can see, we don't have T anymore. Yeah, because I just target that to be removed. Yeah. Instead of this one, also we can use remove item. But if you don't want this one, you can just use the remove method, remove. But the remove actually target them by name. For instance, I can use the name T. I mean, T, it was uppercase, right? T. And then I can just remove the T. As you can see, T has been removed in the last. Or instead of tea, maybe if you don't like coffee, now I can just go for coffee and remove coffee. Now we have tea. Yeah, that's great. I don't remember everything by heart. So how about if I just check my cheat sheet or my material for list if there are some items missed from here. So let's go step by step. We have seen how to create a list. And then also here are some examples, very good examples. I would strongly recommend you to check out. Yeah, these are what I was talking about. It starts from 0, 0 indexing. And this is the negative indexing, -1. And this one is 0, the starting. And unpacking list items, we will talk about that later. Slicing items from a list. And then we have seen that. Modifying list, that's what we see right now. Changing items in a list. Now, checking items, yeah. Checking items in a list means, for instance, if you remember, here in the shopping list, do we have shopping apple in shopping list. This is an expression actually that is going to be true or false. And let's check apple in shopping list. Is it true or false? Let me, what happened to my, yeah, it's false. But do we have actually milk? It should be true, right? Yeah, so we check something like that. And of course, you can also look also through for item in shopping list, and then you can print them one by one and do whatever you want. Yeah, as you can see now, I have cheese, potatoes, tomatoes, tea, honey, and meat. Let me check adding items to a list, and then we use the append method. Inserting items into a list. Insert allow us to anywhere we want to insert. So this insert method takes the index where to insert it and the item we want to insert. And removing items from a list, we use pop and also the remove method already. So that's okay. Now we can use the del method also to remove. Okay, the del is a bit special. I will show you. Maybe I can also just create some list here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now maybe I don't have to use this one. I can just use the shopping list. If I say, but I can turn off the removing here, okay? Here, because I'm removing some list from there, so you don't see. And I can also comment this out. Now, as you can see, I have this coffee tea. Maybe if I want to delete one of the item, I can say del, and then del, and then shopping list. If I want to remove coffee, I just show that index 0, 1, 2, 3, the third. And now if I just check print shopping list, and actually the coffee has been removed. Yeah, but the beauty of this method, you can actually remove even a couple of items together. Okay, how about not coffee? If I want also the tea, then the third, fourth, fifth, the fifth will not be included. This will allow me to remove the tea and the coffee, but the coffee has been removed somewhere already. Because of this this operation. Yeah, I will show you. Now tea and coffee together has been removed. I have just only, yeah, the rest. Yeah, so this is good. So you can remove slice of item if you want. Just remove this like this up to here. You can do that. If you want me, I can do that. Something like that. So yeah. So the del is a bit different. So clearing list item. Clear means just making everything empty. So what you should do, shopping list, clear. And then it will give me actually an empty list. Let's check. Yeah, because I cleared out everything. So because of that, everything has been cleared out and you don't see anything. Maybe the last is actually joining list. Yeah, this is very important because sometimes you may have num1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you may turn off the webcam. So num2, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you actually join this using the concatenation, it just gives you a different list. That's the beauty. I mean, yeah, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, maybe I can remove this, something like this. And in addition, also, you can use the extend this method. Instead of append, if you remember, append allow us to add one item to the list, right? It was somewhere, right? Append one item to the list. But you can actually use extend print num2 extend and then num1. So this allow me just to do this operation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, here what's happening actually, now this operation already mutate this one. Okay, print num2, and this confuse you a bit. Yes, as you can see, on top of this, on top of num2, I added 1, 2, 3. So 4, 5, 6, I had already from this. And now num2 is not anymore 4, 5, 6. Num2 is actually this one. It has been mutated. Maybe the best example will be, just forget this. And then maybe if I say shopping list, extend, we don't have actually apple, and we don't have papaya, and we don't have avocado, and we don't have guava. And if I now print the shopping list, it will have all this new list of tropical fruits. And let's see what's happening. Extends. I think there's a plural. Okay. Oh yeah. Do you know why I'm
Was it so that you cleared it already?
Yes. The reason why I'm getting this, I have cleared it somewhere here and it's empty. So the result I'm getting is actually that's all. That's okay. It was a good one. So as you can see, this apple, papaya, avocado, and guava is added from this the extend method. So the extend method allow us to add more than one items in a form of list. Yeah. So joining allow us to join to list together, and also the extend allow us actually to extend one item. For instance, num2 we have here, we can extend this after 6. Counting items in a list. Yeah, we can use the count method. Sometimes, let me show you something. How about if I count nums? 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, and 2, and 3, and 1. As you can see, I forgot to add the square bracket here. I don't know the number of this, how many times they exist, but I can say print nums dot count 1. How many times 1 exists? I can count because this list is so small. I can see it and then I can count it manually. There are 2, and this should give me also 2. As you can see, yeah, 2. How about 3? How many times 3? 4, 2 times. Maybe 3. Let's just increase the number of 3 and number of 3. And now let's check. The number of 3 should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which should be 5 times. So it allows us actually to count the number of items in a list. Find index of an item. Yeah, and so index of an item, the first, for instance, print nums dot index, and if I pass 1, what's the index of 1 here? 0. Of course, it gives you 0, the first one. It doesn't gives you the last. Maybe I can try with this, and it doesn't work in here, right index. So that means the last, the index of the last item, this one, but this works only in string, not in. but at least it gives you the index of the first item. How about if it doesn't exist? I think it will give us -1. -1 is not in a list. It's a bit strange. In other programming language, it gives, if it's not found, it gives -1. Yes, but here it just gives error anyway. So in that case, we should use some kind of a check first. Before we check the index, we have to check. For instance, here, index of 24, it should be 0, 1, 2. As you can see, 2, the first occurrence. Does it care for the second occurrence? It doesn't care. Reversing a list. Can we reverse a list? Yeah, of course, we can reverse them. Nums dot reverse. We have this reverse method. This operation already reversed the method, I mean the list, and nums. Now if we try to check, and as you can see, the starting was, now maybe let's change this to 10. As you can see, it has been reversed, and now it starts from 10. Yeah, the other way around. So it's just changing the direction, the reverse. Sorting list items. Yeah, can we sort? Yes, we can sort items. Maybe, for instance, if I have names, I can just take this a bit down, names, and if I want to sort students, don't sort, and just this operation allows me just to sort, print the students. And then I may expect Alexandra will be there, but some rearrangement, okay? Yeah, Alexandra, Armand, Elena, and yeah, this good, very good sorting. Does it work for only strings? It works also for numbers. But there's the so-called mutation. Now this original data is not anymore intact. The original has been sorted out. Sometimes it's copied to the original, copy to have the original. So I prefer, how about instead students copy? I can use the copy method. As you can see, I have copied now, and I can work on the copy instead of the original. Okay, just to keep the original intact. So now sort. If I print out, yeah, this is the original, and the copy would be a bit different. The copy is actually sorted alphabetically. Yes, that's good. So sometimes you may need to keep the original intact. Sort and sorted. I will clarify the difference between this sort and this sorted built-in function. What, you may say? Maybe I think I can do that right now. So if you have seen, this sort is a method, but sorted is a built-in function, and it takes a list. Now, this doesn't actually modify the original, okay? It doesn't modify the original. Yeah, as you can see, it sorts the data for me, but the original still hasn't been modified. If you want to see the student, we can see the students and see. Yeah, it hasn't been modified, so it's intact. The original has been as it was. Great. I think this is what I have for list. List is a powerful data structure in Python. Most of the time when you work on different problem, the data structure you may use going to be list. Why list? Because we tend to structure everything in a form of list. A list of numbers, a list of names, a list of countries, a list of students, a list of products. So remember, list is one of the most important and the most used data structure to solve different problems. I think this would be good enough, but we may solve something some problems, because if we don't solve some problems, it just will be so boring. Maybe now I have this name of students, right? So I can look through for student in students. Now I can print them one by one. Yes, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's great. But how about if I want to change to upper? I just want to change their name uppercase. Yeah, this is beautiful. And maybe how about if I create new students list here? Yeah, and now in the new students list, I want to actually append every now and then append the uppercase and generate a new list. This allows me to create a new list of students with uppercase. Have you seen? This is beautiful, right? Yes. And maybe now I have here the countries of all countries in the world. So let's do some trick here. So I can come in here and just print everything. First, the first thing you should do, country, in countries, and then just print everything, country. Because after that, we do different magic, right? And that's great. Maybe we can also country.length, the length of the country. The length of the country. Yeah. And maybe changing these to country.len. Maybe I think what was country.upper. Yes. Let's print out at the same time. As you can see, the country Yemen has got 5 letters and it's the uppercase. Maybe at the same time, how about if we slice out the country code? Yeah. Yes, the country code got the first 3 characters, but it's not inclusive. That's why this. That means 0, 2, 3, and 3 is not inclusive, but you don't have to also put 0 here. As you can see, Zimbabwe, 8 character, and then in uppercase form, and Zim, the country code. Maybe we can append this actually to a new country list. How about new countries list? And then I can append new countries. No, yeah, append this like this, as in list. I'm just appending it as in a list. Yeah, this will do some magic. And then if you see, print new countries. Yeah, this is a crazy a bit, but maybe let's just minify this. First, I will comment this out because that's really too much information. Maybe first I can just focus on country and country code. Yeah. Upper. Have you seen? Zambia, Zam, Zimbabwe, Zim, Venezuela, Ven, Vietnam, V, something like that. So I'm creating a list of lists. Yeah. So I'm appending this list every time I'm iterating. Yeah. So that is, or maybe how about if we create for country in countries, countries that have lands. I can call them countries with land. And then I can create an empty list. And then if land is in a country, and then I can say in country, and then first, maybe let's check the countries. And then after that, we decide to append them. Yeah, we get them actually. Then instead of printing them out, we can append them. Then what we should do, countries with land dot append this. And then again, we print out this letter. Yes, let's see. Oh, do you see this? Finland, Iceland, Ireland. Yes, good. Yeah, that's great. You can do quite lots of stuff here. We can develop different kind of problems from the country to solve, but this would be good enough. Do you have any question?
I want to doing everything. So how to use delete word?
I would say you have a mic problem and it's really hard. There is some noise. It would be better if you just fix something like that. Yeah, maybe you may mute your mic because there's some terrible sound coming. Yes. Oh yeah. Sorry for your mic because the mic's not functioning well. And I think this is something that you may practice, and maybe you would better to watch this material again and also read the 30 days of Python part. Yeah, that's all about the list.